Okay, let's get started. Good morning, friends. My name is Kim. I am a community learning specialist with Do Space, and welcome to Little's Lab. I'm so glad you are able to join us today. So today and all month long, we are going to be working on our letters, which is so important, right? It is so important to know our letters, isn't it? Because knowing our letters and how they sound and what they look like helps us to learn words, which then helps us to read, which is so important, right? I mean, how many of you like to read books? I bet so many of you like to look at or have books read to you. And if you don't already know how to read, someday you're going to learn. And that's so good because that'll help you, that'll just open up a whole world of imagination and adventure and learning, which is just, you just can't go wrong with learning how to read. But you have to start at the beginning, right? And that means learning your letters and learning what they look like, and we're learning what they sound like, and how they form into words. So we are going to be doing some fun things like that today. So today I'm going to be reading a story to you that's called The Little Eye Who Lost His Dot, because if you were to draw a kind of a lowercase I has a little dot, right? You put a little dot at the top, and we're going to read a story about how this little eye lost its dot and what he tried to do to find it. And then we are going to be playing with a app today called Tiggly Submarine, and this like little fun guy goes down into a submarine and kind of does some different games with certain letters, because like I said, it's important to know all of our letters, right? But we are going to be kind of talking about special letters called vowels. Do you know what a vowel is? If you don't, that's okay. And if you do, maybe share with a friend that you're with. If you're sitting next to somebody, maybe a family member, maybe a grown-up or a brother or sister or a friend, to help, maybe share with them what's a vowel. Because there are vowels and there are consonants, right? So we are going to be talking about what those are today. So very important things. But before we get started with that, I like to start out with our calendar, because our calendar is so important because it helps us with our numbers and our days of the week, and we can go over some of our letters too. So I really love showing our calendar. So we are going to get started with that. So I'm going to share my screen with you. There we are. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, and hopefully we'll see. I'm going to refresh my page. Maybe that'll help things out. Maybe. Come on. Calendar? It doesn't quite look like a calendar. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm sure you're thinking, well, this doesn't look like a calendar. This looks like a picture with a big box in the middle. And you are right. And that is because I'm going to have you guys pretend with me. Can you guys pretend with me? Or our friends that are with us today, can you pretend with me? If you are viewing this on like maybe on a computer or maybe a tablet, something you're holding, I want you to pretend and touch the screen when I tell you to. So for example, you should see a big right triangle, and I'm going to have you touch that in just a second. And if you are unable to do that, I want you to touch your hand. And you are going to be, for those who can't touch a screen, I want you to pretend, and you guys are going to be moving our screen along by touching your hand. Can you do that with me? Perfect. Okay. So for example, like I said, you should see a big triangle, a white triangle right here in the middle. On the count of three, can we touch that triangle? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You should see your screen has changed. Excellent. So you should see a word right here that says August. Oh, well, that's okay. We'll talk about that. That's our name of our month is August. And then this is the year that we are in. And so, I would start with this first word. Like I said, this is our month, and it is our month of August. And I want to know, what does August start with? What is this very first letter? Can you share that with the people that you're sitting next to? Share that with a friend, or share it, like Share it with the screen. What is this letter? If you said the letter A, you would be right. It's our letter A. It's our very first letter of the alphabet, isn't it? If you've ever learned, if you know your ABC song, or if you know all your ABCs, or a lot of times when you read a book that is about your ABCs, what's the first letter? It's your letter A. That's right. And funny enough, our letter A is a vowel. And a vowel is a special letter. So our alphabet is made up of consonants and vowels. And basically, we have 5 vowels. We have A, E, I, O, and U, right? Those are our 5 vowels. And every word, almost every word has a vowel in it. Not every word has, that also has a consonant, but you have to have at least a lot of times one vowel in all of our words. So at least all the words that make up the language that we speak in English usually have at least one of these 5 letters in it. And this one, August, has 3, right? We have the letter A, we have the letter U, and we have the letter U again. So we have 3 vowels. And vowels are funny because they sometimes make 2 sounds. Sometimes they make sounds where it's like the short version and then the long version. So like, for example, the letter A, the kind of short version of it is like apple. And then if we have a long A sound, we have a short A sound and a long A sound. So short A is and long A is A. So a lot of times the long version of our vowels are what the vowels are called. So same with the U. U, the short sound version is like umbrella. But the long version is U, like unicorn. Unicorn starts with the letter U. So this is a great introduction to our letters, right? And so even though we're talking about our calendar, which is a lot of times made up of numbers, we can still work on our letters, right? Perfect. And speaking of numbers, this is the year that we're in. It's a big old number. And do you know the numbers that are in this big number? It's 2020, and it is 2020. That is the year that we're in. Okay, we are going to move along. You should see a big green arrow. Can you touch that green arrow or use your hand on the count of 3? We're going to touch your hand to move us along. 1, 2, 3. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So right now, this looks more like a calendar, right? Like if you have ever seen a calendar before, it usually has our month, the name of our month, August, and our year. And then right under that is our 7 days of the week. And it is so important to know our 7 days of the week, right? Because we go through our 7 days of the week, throughout every month, all year long, every year. So we always repeat these 7 days of the week. So let's learn our 7 days of the week and let's say them all together. I want you to say them with the people that you're with, and I'm going to say them with you. So let's start with our Sunday. So we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That is right. So those are our 7 days of the week. And who knows what today's day of the week is? I'll give you a hint. It comes after Monday, before Wednesday, and it starts with our letter T. And our little hand is pointing at it, right? It is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Can you go ahead and touch that Tuesday for us, right? It's on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So today is Tuesday. That's our day of the week. These are all of our Tuesdays in our month of August. Our month is called August. And then this number right here is our date today. And it's a pretty big number, right? We can see that this is where it's at, our date and our calendar, because we have a big purple star on it. And so this is a pretty big number. Do you know what this number is? If you don't, that's okay. If you do, that's great. Maybe if you know what this number is, share it with the people that you're with. And if you don't, let's make it, let's see what our big number is made up of, because it's made up of two numbers, right? What's this first one? Our first one is our number 1, and our second number is our number 8. Oop, 8, there we go. So when a 1 is in front of an 8, that number is 18. So today is the 18th day of August. And then our year is 2020. Okay, let's touch this green arrow again one more time. 1, 2, 3, boop. Okay, now we need to put our Tuesday back where it goes with our days of the week, and we need to put our 18th day back where it goes in our calendar. So let's start with our Tuesday. I'm just gonna drag and drop this right up where it needs to go. Same with our 18, I'm gonna drag it so it's the 18th day of August. And then I need your help one more time to touch this green button. 1, 2, 3, boop. Excellent. Okay, so the reason I like this calendar because it will show little pictures or icons on special days throughout our month. And some of them can be holidays and some of them are just kind of fun days. And so for example, for the month of August, we don't have too many, but we have two kind of fun days going on. The first one was on Sunday, August 2nd. It was the second day of August on Sunday, and it was Friendship Day, which sounds like a really good day, right? It is so important. If you have a friend, just tell them that how much you care about them, right? And you can do this any day, day of the week, but I bet on Friendship Day is a really great day. It's kind of like a reminder day of telling your friend, thank you for being my friend. And maybe if you can give them a virtual high five. And you know, friends can be anybody, right? Your friends, some of your first friends are your siblings or your or maybe your parents or your cousins. Cousins are great first friends. And even if you you might be making friends at daycare or school, and those are great friends as well. So if you have a friend, tell your friend, thank you for being my friend. And even though it's not Friendship Day, you can do that today as well. So tell your friend, thanks for being my friend today. And then our other fun day was just the next day on Monday, August 3rd. And what is that, friends? What is that a picture of? That looks like a watermelon to me, and that would be right. It was Watermelon Day. Did you know there was such thing as a Watermelon Day? I don't think I knew that. And so it was Watermelon Day on August 3rd. And so I bet a lot of people ate watermelon. Do you like watermelon? I love watermelon. So maybe you didn't celebrate Watermelon Day on the 3rd, but maybe you can celebrate it someday soon, even though it's not officially Watermelon Day. That's okay. And then I like to also talk about birthdays because everybody has a birthday, right? I have a birthday and you have a birthday. But sometimes I like to ask friends, especially if they're joining us on Zoom, do you have a birthday in our month of August? If you have a birthday in our month of August, let me know in the chat. Let me know if you have a birthday in the month of August in our chat. Or if you aren't able to do that and you have a birthday, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have a birthday in the month of August. Oh, I see our friend Carson has a birthday in the month of August. Carson, are you able to share with us what day your birthday is on? Can you share with us? I think it was, they already did it. Carson's birthday is tomorrow. So we have a friend whose birthday is tomorrow. So I'm going to put a piece of cake right over here because tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, the 19th. So happy birthday, Carson. That's so exciting. And I'm going to put one because I like, most of the year I say I don't have a birthday this month. Well, in August, I do. I have a birthday in the month of August. My birthday is a week from Carson's. It's on the 26th. So I'm going to put another piece of cake on the 26th on Wednesday. So both Carson and my birthdays are on Wednesdays in August this year. They're on 2 separate days. So perfect. Well, happy birthday, Carson. Okay, we are going to move on. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I am going to share my next screen, which is going to be our story that we're reading today that is called The Little Eye Who Lost His Dot. And we talked about how a little bit about vowels, right? How the month of August, August starts with the vowel A. Well, the letter I is also a vowel. So that's pretty fun too. So the letter I is also a vowel. So when we're writing the letter I, when it's a lowercase, it has a dot. But then when we have a big I, it doesn't have a dot. And the sound that our vowel sounds is the lowercase is like in lid, like the lid of maybe a box or something. It makes that sound, lid. But then it also makes the I sound like an ice cream. So ice cream starts with the letter I, and it sounds like the letter I, like the name of the letter, right? I for ice cream. So that is another example of our vowel. So we are going to read the story, The Little Eye Who Lost His Dot by Kimberly Gard, and it was illustrated by Sandy Sunk. So let's get started. Maybe there we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The alarm clock rang to the alphabet song, and Little I sat up and stretched and rubbed his eyes. It's the last day of alphabet school. So he's getting up for the last day. But right now, are a lot of people starting their school? That's right. A lot of people are starting school anymore. But this is his last day of alphabet school. He saw his letter friends on the playground and hurried to join them. We have little G. Little G gasped. And little P, where's our little P? Right here. Our little P pointed and little S stared. Little I, they said, where is your dot? So we have little I right here, and he's missing his dot, right? He doesn't have his dot. Where do you think his dot is? Little I looked up, and he looked to the left, and he looked to the right, but his dot was gone. His dot was all gone. Where did it go? What will you do without your dots? Little A asked. That's another vowel, right? For August. And little W whimpered, and little H handed her a hanky. Little hanky right there for little W. And all the letters crowded around little I. Don't worry, they said. We'll help you find a new dot. Aren't they good friends? It's so good to have good friends that'll help you out when you need help. So they're all going to help little I find a dot. So the school bell rang, and it was time to make words, right? Got to make words with your letters. And all the little letters scrambled into the school. Little I's friends did not forget their plan. And when they got to the classroom, the letters looked around. So they're going to be looking for replacement dots. Let's see what they find. So the little A asked, how about this acorn? We have an acorn that starts with the letter A, right? Makes that A sound, A for acorn. And then little B burst forward with a balloon, balloon, B for balloon. Could that be his dot? And then little C cried, try on this clock. Clock, C for clock. And then little D dashed over with a donut. D for donut. I think I would like a donut for a dot, right? What about you? And then little E exclaimed, an egg is exactly what you need. E for egg. And E is another one of our vowels, right? So it makes the short version is F for like egg, or it makes E for, all I'm thinking of is evil, but that's not a very nice word. It starts with our letter long E. How about eagle? Eagle, like the bird, it has a long E sound. And then letter F, F, followed with a flower for F. I don't know, but what does little I look like? Does he look like those are good options? I don't think so. And little G giggled when he found a gumball, gumball for G. And little H handed over a hula hoop. Hula hoop starts with the letter H. That seems pretty big for a dot, right? And little J joked, how about a jumping bean? This is jumping bean. Starts with the letter J. And he's maybe thinking, maybe. And little K said, and knew the answer. A kiwi. Ooh, yummy, kiwi. Kiwi starts with our letter K. And little L lit the line with a light bulb. He's holding a light bulb. And little M made her way over with a marble, marble. M for marble. And little N nodded to a musical note. They're dancing to that musical note right here that makes an N, note, N for note. And little O opted for an oyster shell. An oyster shell. So O is another one of our vowels, right? And then it can make the short O like ah for octopus. That starts with an O. And then a long O is well, oyster kind of has a long O sound. O for oyster. There we go. And then little P presented a pretzel. We got our P for pretzel, P for pretzel. And little Q questioned, how about this quarter? So our letter Q gave a quarter, which starts with a Q2. And little R raced over with a ring, R for ring. And little S scared him with a spider. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't want a spider for my dot. How about you? And little T thought a thumbtack would do. T for thumbtack. And little U urged him to carry an umbrella. We already talked about how U is a vowel too, making a sound for umbrella or U sound for unicorn. And little V ventured forward with a valentine, V for Valentine. And little W walked over with a wheel, W for wheel. Little X is extra special idea was a xylophone mallet. So xylophone, even though it makes the Z sound like Z, it starts with the letter X. And little Y yelled, wear this yo-yo. So he has a yo-yo, Y for yo-yo. And little Z, always last, zoomed over with a 0. The number 0, right? And little I does not look like he liked that 0. And little I tried them all on, but nothing felt right. Nothing felt quite right for little O. All of these different things, but it was nice of his friends to help him, right? And when school ended, all the little letters went out where their parents were gathered. So we have little T and big T and little Q and big Q and little R and big R. And little I saw his father and stifled back tears. I lost my dot. Look, he's so sad. This is our big I, right? His big I dad. He's so sad. Little I so sad because he lost his dot. And capital I smiled and said, no, little I, you didn't lose your dot. You left it on your pillow this morning. I brought it along, but since today is the last day of school and you've grown up, I'm not sure you need it anymore. What do you think? Do you really think I'm ready to be a big I? Capital I nodded. Stretch out your arms and point to your feet. He forgot his dot, but now his dad thinks he's all grown up enough to not be a little I anymore, but be a big capital I. Let's see what it looks like. Little I did, and when he saw his shadow on the ground, he smiled. Dad, I look just like you. I can start a sentence now. So look, we have our little I, but look at the shadows. They are exactly the same. And when he says we can start a shadow, what's this? How do we use the letter I? Is that a lot of time we're talking about yourself? Yeah, so maybe if you say, I would like something, or I need something, or I like something. Maybe so if somebody asks, what do you like? A lot of times we answer, well, I like this, because the I is meaning yourself. So that's what he's saying. That's what little I means, is like when he can start a sentence now. Oh, nice. Well, it was kind of silly of our little eye to forget it. His dot on his pillow, right? But then he was able to get a lot of really great help from his friends. And then it showed his dad that he was ready to be a big guy. So very nice. Okay, friends, I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And I am actually going to start sharing a screen on my tablet. You can kind of even see me on my screen. And so I'm going to share the screen on my tablet, because there's a really fun app on my tablet that I'm going to show you how to play. And it is called, and I'm going to type it in the chat, it is called Tiggly, Tiggly Submarine. And Tiggly has a lot of great different apps that are free. A lot of times you can use them with, there's kind of a interactive, there are vowel letters that you can use interactively with them. But if you don't have those kind of toys, these vowel toys to play with them on your app, yeah, it's okay. You can just play with your hands. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to play with my hands because I don't have them with me right now. So I am going to share my screen with you. There we go. And you should be able to see where it says Tiggly Submarine. You can see it you should see it on your big screen. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to press the kind of fishy triangle right in the middle. I'm going to touch that right in the middle. And so, like I said, we could have our Tiggly vowels, but I don't have my Tiggly vowels, so I'm just going to use my hand. And so you should be able to see our little guy. We have this little guy, and he is going to zoom around. And in our ocean, he's in a submarine, a little ship that goes underground, and we are going to be able to play some games. So I see a game right here. So we are going to play our first game right here. So we can see all of our vowels at the very top. So I'm going to touch those doors.
Ah, as in axe.
No way, time to split.
And so this is an axe, right? A for axe. A for axe. And what if we touch those doors again? Let's see what happens.
As in albacore.
Oh, we have another A for albacore. Well, let's see. What happens if I touch our letter O?
Ah, as in
Our letter O now.
Perfect.
Oh, we had O for octopus. And what if we touch our letter I? Let's see what word starts with the letter I.
This doesn't look like my lake.
An inconu. That looks like a fish. I've never heard of that fish. Let's do one more. Should we do our letter U? Let's try our letter U. Let's see what word comes with our letter U.
This is too wet for me.
It's our umbrella, right? We've used that word before too. Umbrella. U for umbrella. Let's see what other things we can go. So there's a whole ocean of things going on. We can see all these fishies. And ooh, it's so deep and dark. Let's go up here and see if we can find another alphabet game. Let's see. I think there's one right here. Perfect. So I'm going to touch our letter E this time. E.
Bed.
And our letter E was in a bed. Now I'm going to touch our letter O. Let's see what happens when I touch our letter O.
Wow.
So these, on the game before, those were all words that the vowel was at the very beginning of the word, right? And these words, they're in the middle. They're going to be in the middle of our word. So we have E for bed.
Tap to
O
open the
for
door.
blob. Let's see what word is, how A is used in the middle of the word.
Hat.
Ooh, hat. A hat. What about you? Let's see how the letter U is used in the middle of a word.
Blush.
Oh no! It is blush because we accidentally walked it out. I'm using the potty on the bathroom. Oh no! Let's see how the letter I is used in the middle of a sentence or middle of a word.
Bib.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, bib. That is so important when you're painting, right? Okay, let's see if we can find one more game. I know that there's at least one more game in our Tiggly. Let's see if I can find it. But before that, should we go through the submarine wash? Let's go through the submarine wash. Oh my goodness. No, nice and shiny and clean. Okay. Let's do one more. I don't think we did this one. Let's try this one. Well, this one we have to pick the letter, right? So what's the letter in the middle of our word? Because what is that? That's a kid. It makes the I sound. That our letter I.
We need
We're
vowels.
gonna choose our letter I. I'm gonna touch our letter I. Okay, now what's the letter that we need to find?
Lamp.
It's a lamp. Lamp. It makes our A sound, right? For A, so I'm gonna hold our letter A. That looked right. Now we have a duck.
Duck.
A duck. And what letter is in the middle, or what vowel is in the middle of our word duck? Is it our U? That's right. Let's do one more, friends. Okay, what is this? You might be saying chicken, right? But another name for a chicken is a hen. We are the vowel in the middle of this word is our letter E. That's right. So let's touch our letter E. Excellent. Good job.
Aw.
Wow. So this is a really fun app that you can download for free and for your tablets, and then it just helps with learning your different vowels. And so there's another game up here, I believe. But I think we're just about out of time, so I'm going to close down that. I'm going to stop broadcasting. And yeah, we are just about out of time. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for Littles Lab today. We have one more week of Let's Learn Letters next Tuesday. So I hope you will join us then. And we'll be reading a brand new story and playing with a brand new app to help us with our letters. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.